This improv story is based on the idea man's best pal betrays him. Man builds career on work of others. Let the story commence. Let me see it again. Man's best pal betrays him. Man builds career on work of others. It's very easy to put together. Very easy to put together. Let the story commence. There's this guy called Craig, and he was struggling to come up with ideas for short stories, for a collection of short stories that he was asked to do. He got asked to do this book of short stories based on some short stories that he did on Facebook and on his blog, and he was given a book deal, a book offer that other people wouldn't ordinarily get in the same situation, but because this couldn't have been on the telly, he was seen as maybe being bankable in a sense. So it's not really to do with talent per se. It is obviously a certain percentage of that, but it's also that there's the bankability factor of what has come before, a known name to a certain amount of people. Fuck it, worth a punt. And this guy was, so he's coming up with all these stories, and he met up with a pal, his best pal. Oh no, this other guy's. So he met up. Craig met up with his pal, and this other pal, the pal of Craig, regarded Craig as his best pal, and this pal was called Johns. That was his name, no John, no James, but Johns. It's a name. And Craig went like that. I've got an idea for a story, but I just don't know really what to do with it. And John's went like that. Why don't you talk to me about it? And all right, in. He said, Craig said, well, what it is it's to do with, like, you know how when you're doing a pish next to somebody, let's say you're standing at a urinal, and you're standing next to somebody and you maybe feel a wee bit uncomfortable and you can't do a pish. You're like, oh fuck, know that guy is going to know that I'm standing next to him and I'm not making any pish sound. I'm not doing anything. And he's just going to think I'm just standing there like that. And it's going to make him awkward as well. You know, you go in, do a pish, and there's just somebody like standing next. It's like, you may as well just have somebody standing next to you like that. And then there's that whole thing, you're like, does he think that I've just come in to stand here, not actually do a pish, but I'm just like this? Like that. You know, like, you might want to turn to the guy and say, just want to let you know, I know I'm not doing a pish, I'm just a wee bit tense. You don't make me awkward at all. And I'm no staring at your cock. If I wanted to stare at your cock, I would. I don't care. But I'm no. Alright? I'm no. If I was, I'd tell you. I don't care. But I'm no. I just want to tell you, I'm no. I'm here to do the toilet and leave. And he was saying to his pal, Craig was saying to his pal Johns, there's something there. There's something there. And I don't quite know what to do with it. I don't know. And this, his pal Johns came up with a really good idea. He said, it's a bit like, and he came up with this line that was brilliant. And Craig went, fuck, that's it. That's a cracker, that. That's a cracker. I will remember this, that you came up with this. In fact, I'm going to name the story those 5 words you just used there. Really, really good, brilliant way of putting it. And Craig then went on to do the book thing, which became a Sunday Times bestseller, and went on a successful sold-out UK tour, UK and Ireland tour. And that line, that bit of the title of the story, got like the biggest kind of reaction, and it was really, really good. And John's got in touch and said, people interviewed and said, that's amazing, that, by the way, I love that. And as Craig said, he went, oh, thank you, thanks. That was amazing. You've got such an amazing mind, creative mind. Thank you. Didn't say anything. Didn't say anything else. And John's watched Craig doing a live stream of one of these book events that story was in on BBC Arts, and reading out that story and saw the amazing reaction. Admittedly, he didn't really think it got the biggest laugh, but it was still the biggest reaction overall. So, on a scale of things, and the scale of how much this fucking show was getting in terms of laughs, it was quite big for the show. Not big at all, but for the show, it was. And he was waiting, he was watching, and he was waiting to hear something like, because Craig was after or before each story would say a wee bit about the story, maybe where he got the idea for or something like that, and there'd be a Q&A at the end of it. Did not say a single thing. Not a word of credit to his pal Johns. Not a word. Heard him in radio interviews and stuff like that. What I really loved, one of the stories that really stood out for me was the one with the guy standing next to the other guy in the urinal, the urinals. And I love that line, which is the name of the story, that. And Craig just went like that, thank you. You're really quite clever, thanks. And creative, thank you. Amazing ideas you've got, thank you. And Johns was listening to this on the radio. And he confronted Craig. He just chapped in his door. He messaged him and said, we need to meet up and talk about a few things regarding money. Craig didn't get back to him. Messaged him again, didn't get back to him. Came into his live streams and things like that, because Craig was live streaming as well on an internet platform, and kept going on about it. Craig had to ban him. More messages saying, why did you ban me? Why did you ban me? Craig subtweeted to everybody saying, how do you ban somebody on WhatsApp? How'd you ban them? How'd you block somebody? Just got a right pain in the arse right now. Started actually getting phone calls, which is a lot, because this John's never spoke on the phone, never. Wasn't his style. And then eventually, John's came to Craig's door. It was like 7 o'clock at night, and he turned up, and Craig was like, I wonder if that's him. But he was doing it with every cunt. Craig was para, right? He was like a fucking postman. Cunt delivering a fucking pizza. It's like he forgot, well, I ordered the fucking pizza half an hour ago. This is probably the pizza delivery person. No, just like, that'll be him, that'll be Johns. Para all the time. Eventually, Johns did turn up. And Craig went like that. What do you want? And Johns went, I just want to talk. And they by the way, somebody opened the door, the smell of hash that fucking wafted into the house, man. Oh! was like stars in their eyes. It was like fucking stars in their eyes. So John's turned up like that, like coming fucking hash. And Craig went like, what is it? What do you want? I told you I want to talk about money. I want to talk about the story. That's all right, man. He went like, it's all right, man. I just want to talk about the story. I don't mean any harm. You've been ignoring my phone calls. This is what John said, and Craig went, "Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, we'll talk about it. Come on in. Come on in. We're in the kitchen where the knives are." "What do you mean?" "Nothing. Just saying there's knives in the kitchen. You're para. You're para, mate. You're on that. You're part for all that, man. You're para or that fucking super strength skunk. It's got you para. Come on into the kitchen where the knives are. Come on. Mere you. Mere. Mere. Mere." "I don't know if I want to go in there, Craig." And took him into the kitchen. I went, "Here, take a seat. Take a seat. Do you want it? Do you want a cup of tea? Coffee?" "I'll have a coffee. Thanks, Craig." And Craig said, aye, coffee, aye. And Craig made a coffee, right? And went, "Here we go. How many sugars do you take?" "I don't take any." Craig was like that. "Sugar, 2 sugars, 3 sugars." "I said I don't take any, Craig." 20 sugars. And John's went, "Are you putting all that sugar in the way you do in the jail so that it's all molten, sticks to the person's face when you chuck it at them for being a grass or something?" And Craig went, "Here." Splashed it in John's face. John started screaming, and then Craig took a knife off the wall on the magnetic strip and went like, "Here you cunt." Pulled his hair back and went like right into the face like that. Bang, bang, bang. Knife that fucking size, by the way. Fuck you like that. Like that, right? "What you doing, Craig?" "I thought we were pals. I'm betraying you. I'm betraying you. I'm betraying you." And he fucking killed him. But here's the fucking twist. No. It wasn't John's best pal that betrayed him. The twist is actually, it was Craig's best pal that betrayed him. By making a big deal about this and going on about it. When he should have just left it. The end. When he should have just left it. But it's too late. But it's too late. I said it's too late now. There's no going back now. There's no, the word's been put out. You can't stop them once you gave them you gave them the money for the job. They can't cancel it. The wheels are in motion. They're going back now. There's no going back now. And that happened happened actually in America on the 30th of October. Just a wee detail there, just to make the world feel a bit more real. Just some wee details there. Doesn't mean anything. Happened in America with their date system. You should have just left it. The way I see it, this isn't really like an epilogue. This is just my thoughts about the story. He should just left it, man. But, you know, he kept going on about it. John's just, would they fucking shut up about it? And in a way, John's went like that. This is an epilogue now. John's actually, as he was lying there, died, went, thanks for this, Craig. I was actually blighted with a lot of technical difficulties and something that I'm doing right now, so this is actually putting me out of my misery. You're a class wee egg. And Craig said, that's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for. Is that me? Is that me away now? He's hurting a bit. Shh, shh, shh. Craig went like, shh, 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 shh. All over, son. Shh, shh. All over. Shh, shh, shh. It's hurting. Shh, shh. It's all over. No more pain. And then Craig did something that was really, really bad. He went to the kettle, which still had about 3 cups worth of boiling water in it, and see that all the, you know, you know, there's about 50 fucking stab wounds there. Poured it in, and so last, you know, because it looked like he was fading away, but when he poured it in, he went like, so it's still life in him. There was still life in him. Because he wouldn't drop it. He wouldn't drop it. He just that's just a wee joke. Fucking hell, man. Wait, here. So that's that. Here, 10:30. We need to stay pals for life now, because if we ever fall out, this is going to. I'm going to get put in fucking jail for this, man. I'm going to get jailed for this. You could easily turn this. You could easily fucking twist this. Twist it? It's fucking blatant. Here, imagine this was anybody else, I know. Imagine you were anybody else. Fucking hell. Honestly, you could turn this around in a month. I could start getting... Wait a minute. James has removed me for Discord friends. I wonder if he's just kind of on one. He's just like, oh, I just want to remove everybody. Don't know what that is. And you know what's going. What's up with James? Is he all right? He's fine. Why? Oh, he's removed you for your Discord friends and things. No, all right. What's going on? 10:30. James has said he's pretty upset about that. Seriously? Aye. No, we see things like that to each other all the time. Have you got screenshots and things like that? No, I don't really keep things like that. I'm fucked, ain't I? Yep. Christ, I hope that situation never does arise. Because then I really would be backed into a corner with no other options. Because I'd be backed into a corner. Do you know what I mean? You got to give somebody a way out. You know what I mean? You got to give somebody a way out. No, everybody. So that's a fictional story. Any similarities between anybody, the story, and anybody living or dead is purely coincidental. Kater Cake says, never seen you happier than when you're pretending to murder your pals. I think there's a complete misunderstanding. Sorry. Similarities, living or dead, coincidental. I just got the following thing. I want to read it here. I just want to say something. I just want to say something. And it's this. I just want to say that that improv story there is a work of fiction. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental.